Hey guys, my name is Simeo, and today some pretty big changes are happening in Rainbow Six Siege. The first thing that I was not expecting is that Kapkan is getting a bit of an upgrade. Now this isn't just a small upgrade. Ubisoft realized that Kapkan was one of the least picked operators on defense. His win-loss ratio was abysmal, his pick rate was I think second worst out of the defending operators, and so because of that, they've decided to change his gadget almost entirely. It still functions as an explosive device. If anyone goes through a doorway where it's placed down, they're gonna blow up, it's gonna be a nice fireball, but they've pretty much changed every other aspect of this gadget. First of all, they have completely removed the red screw. This was the easiest way for an offensive player to identify where a trap was located, to either take it out or just avoid that doorway or window entirely. This is the reason why I never see anyone play as Kapkan anymore, but also why I haven't died or seen anyone get killed by a Kapkan trap in what feels like an eternity. And so one way that they're getting around this with this update is that there's just not going to be a screw at all on the opposite side of a doorway. The only way that you're now going to be able to identify where a Kapkan trap is to actually see that red wire across the doorway or in between a windowsill. That's the only way that you're going to be able to see it. On top of that, they've also made that red wire a little less visible. It's going to be more transparent, making it even harder for you to even see that when you are vaulting on over. If all this wasn't enough though, and honestly it probably would have been, the one thing that I think is going to elevate him to the point where he is now one of the best defensive operators in the game, if not one of the most annoying operators to fight against, is that he can now place his gadget at any level in a doorway. You want to place it down at ankle level like you normally would? You can do so. You want to put it at kneecap or chest level? That is now also going to be a possibility. Essentially what this accomplishes is that if you're on offense and you know the enemy has a Kapkan on their team, you have to really slow things down. Not only do you not have that nifty red screw to help you out, but you also need to now break down every single barricade that you come across and scan every aspect of that doorway to ensure that it's free of a trap and you can proceed on through. And so just in general, I have a suspicion that these changes are going to have the desired effect that Ubisoft was looking for, and that is to not only increase his pick rate. I think his pick rate is going to go through the roof. He's probably going to be one of the highest pick operators in the game in the next couple of weeks, but also to increase his kill-death ratio. I know a lot of people have been asking for some changes along these lines. I'm just very surprised that they went this far with it. Only time will tell to see if he's too annoying. I'm sure that people will get adjusted to the new meta. As long as people slow things down and they don't rush when they know a Kapkan is on the enemy team, you probably won't die too often to it, but it remains to be seen how crazy he is going to be after this update. One change that I really like, though, is that they've increased the jamming radius of Mute's gadget by 1.5 meters all the way up to 2.25. That is a significant difference. Essentially what this accomplishes is that now it's going to be nearly impossible for drones to jump on Nova like they normally could if they timed it right, but it's also going to make it much easier to deny the offensive team access if they're trying to use a breaching charge on a wall. I really think that this was a necessary change. Recently, I've been playing Mute a lot more, mainly just to mix things up, but one of the things that has always annoyed me about this guy is that while his gadget is okay in some situations, because it doesn't really block that large of a radius, people can usually shoot it out, so it's hard to deny drones, but also, there are a lot of ways to counter his gadget, and so placing down 4 of his jammers next to a wall to ensure that an enemy isn't able to breach on through, one Thatcher charge just denies every single one of them. It's very frustrating. And so while I'm not under any illusions that this is all of a sudden going to make him the best defensive operator in the game, it's going to be a nice quality of life change. It's now going to make it a lot harder for the offensive team to breach on through if they don't have the necessary counter like Thatcher. And in my opinion, this was a very nice upgrade for Mutes. Another thing I appreciate about these patch notes is that they're finally doing something about team killing in ranked matches. The first offense, you're going to get banned from ranked matchmaking for 15 minutes. The second offense, 30-minute cooldown, all the way down to the 5th offense where you get a 7-day ban from ranked matchmaking. Now, this isn't if you just kill one person. You randomly kill someone on accident, you're not going to get banned from ranked matches. You don't need to worry about that. But if you're someone who kills 2 or 3, 4 people in a ranked and you're a repeated offender, that's when this is going to kick in. Sadly, they haven't done anything to casual team killing. I don't know why they've made this distinction. They have said in the future that they are going to be making some improvements there, but at least for right now, casual is going to be unaffected. I know some people don't really care about casual, but I enjoy playing casual. It's my main game mode because I just like to have fun with friends. I don't really like to take it seriously, but to have someone on your team just to go on a rampage and kill everyone, that's just as frustrating than if I was playing on rank. Like, I still want to win, I still want to have fun and do well, and to have someone in there that doesn't get penalized for it other than just getting kicked from the match and then immediately getting put back on our team is really, really frustrating. So hopefully they're going to address that in the future, but this is a great step in the right direction. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's little update. I hope you enjoyed. Give me your thoughts on what they've done with this patch. Do you agree with the buffs to Kapkan? Do you think that they're all warranted? Do you think that they went a little bit too far? Do you think it's a sweet spot? Let me know down below. But yeah, guys, until tomorrow, have a good one and take it easy.